The New Mexico desert is a land of harsh beauty where secrets are buried deep. As the sun sets, the San Andres Mountains cast long shadows over Victorio Peak. Stories swirl of unimaginable wealth, betrayal, and death. For decades, dreamers have searched for gold, said to be worth billions. But Victorio Peak guards its secrets fiercely, inside the restricted White Sands Missile Range. As darkness falls, the peak stands silent, daring anyone to uncover its truth. And so, the hunt begins. The legend begins with a man, Milton Doc Noss, a podiatrist and adventurer. In 1937, while hunting in the Hembrillo Basin, Doc stumbled upon a hidden shaft in the rock. Curiosity drove him to return alone, armed with ropes and a flashlight. He descended into darkness, risking his life with every step. At the bottom, he found a chamber, and what he saw changed everything. Gold bars, stacked high, filled the cave. Not coins, but heavy, crude bars. Hundreds, maybe thousands. Doc Noss, the small-town doctor, had found a treasure beyond imagination. He scrambled back to the surface, mind racing with the possibilities and the dangers. How do you move a mountain of gold, and how do you keep it secret? He confided in his wife, Babe, and together they began to plan. The discovery was real. The gold was real, but so was the risk. Doc knew he'd stumbled onto something that could change his life, or end it. The fortune was vast, but the shadows around it were growing. The secret was too big to keep and too dangerous to share. Doc's life would never be the same. The gold was a blessing, and a curse. The legend of Victorio Peak was born, and Doc Noss was at its center. But the real danger was just beginning. Doc brought Babe to the peak, revealing the impossible find. Together, they explored a labyrinth of chambers. Gold was just the beginning. They found chests of jewels, ancient documents, Spanish armor, and, most chillingly, skeletons chained to the walls. The cave was a tomb, its treasures soaked in blood. Who were these people? Guards, miners, or victims? The answers were lost to time. The scale was staggering. Thousands of gold bars, each weighing up to 90 pounds. Theories swirled. Apache loot, Spanish mission gold, or Emperor Maximilian's lost fortune. The cave held secrets no one could fully unravel. The presence of the dead was a warning. This treasure came at a terrible price. The legend grew, fueled by rumors and fear. Doc and Babe realized they weren't just dealing with gold. They were caught in a web of history, violence, and greed. The cave's riches were a curse as much as a prize. The deeper they went, the darker the story became. And the world outside was starting to take notice. The treasure was a heavy burden. Doc and Babe worked in secret, hauling gold out one bar at a time. Mostly at night, they hid the gold in the desert, in their home, even in their car. Fear of discovery haunted every move. Doc filed a mining claim and tried to legitimize his find, but government officials grew suspicious. Rumors spread about Doc's sudden wealth. Paranoia set in. Doc trusted no one, leading potential partners on wild goose chases. He feared betrayal or worse. The gold isolated him, turning friends into threats. Attempts to bring in investors failed. Doc's erratic behavior pushed people away. The secret was unraveling, and the pressure was crushing. The treasure was slipping out of reach, becoming more curse than blessing. Doc was trapped. He had found unimaginable wealth but couldn't truly possess it. The gold was a secret too big to keep and too dangerous to reveal. The legend was spreading, and danger was closing in. Doc's world was shrinking, and the walls were closing in. The burden of wealth was becoming unbearable. In the 1940s, the U.S. Army took over the region, creating the White Sands Missile Range. Doc's treasure was now on federal land. Access was cut off. His legal claim meant nothing to the military. Doc protested, but national security trumped his pleas. The peak was sealed. Civilians banned. Doc was convinced the army wanted the gold for themselves. He became obsessed, sneaking onto the range, always caught and turned away. His life revolved around regaining access, but the Army's grip was unbreakable. Officially, the military denied any interest in treasure, but rumors persisted. Soldiers whispered about secret gold hunts. Some claimed to see strange activity around the peak. Was the Army searching for the treasure or just keeping it hidden? Doc's obsession consumed him, and the treasure became a ghost he could never touch. The military's presence turned a personal quest into a national mystery. The legend only grew, fueled by secrecy and suspicion. Victorio Peak was locked down, its secrets buried deeper than ever. Desperate, Doc sought a partner, Charlie Ryan, a Texas oil man. Mistrust plagued their partnership. Doc refused to reveal the original entrance. Instead, he tried blasting a new tunnel, but a previous dynamite mishap had already collapsed the main shaft. The treasure was now sealed behind tons of rock. Frustration and suspicion grew between Doc and Ryan. In 1949, a confrontation turned deadly. Doc was shot and killed. The only man who truly knew the cave's secrets was gone. Ryan was acquitted, but the knowledge of the treasure's exact location died with Doc. Babe Noss and the family inherited the claim, but not the map. They fought for years to regain access, but the Army always said no. The treasure was lost. The truth buried with Doc. The legend became a family curse. The peak remained silent, its secrets locked away. The story of Doc Noss ended in violence and mystery, but the legend of Victorio Peak was far from over. The legend refused to die. In the 1970s, the Noss family won a one-time license to excavate, Operation Goldfinger. The dig, swarmed by media and supervised by the Army, found nothing. The Army claimed this proved there was no gold, but then whistleblowers emerged, Air Force officers, and intelligence agents. They claimed a secret military team had found and removed the treasure in the 1960s. The gold, they said, was spirited away, its existence erased. Allegations of a massive government cover-up surfaced. Official searches were just a smokescreen, the real treasure long gone. Some even linked the gold to covert government operations. The government denied everything. Today, Victorio Peak remains off-limits, its secrets guarded by fences and silence. The story of Doc Noss is a warning. Some mysteries are more dangerous than gold, and some secrets are never meant to be found.